When Superman Returns soared into theaters in 2006, it was more than a movie. It was a resurrection. After nearly 2 decades without the Man of Steel, director Bryan Singer revived one of cinema's most iconic heroes with a fresh face in the cape, Brandon Routh. The film promised nostalgia, grandeur, and the triumphant return of hope itself. But as Hollywood would soon prove, even superheroes aren't immune to turbulence. 2 decades later, the stars of Superman Returns have each written their own extraordinary and sometimes scandalous stories of rise, fall, and reinvention. Back in 2006, Brandon Routh was living every actor's dream. A virtually unknown 26-year-old from Iowa, he was chosen to fill the legendary boots of Christopher Reeve. The pressure was immense. His portrayal of Superman, noble, stoic, and impossibly handsome, earned praise for capturing the hero's heart. For a moment, it looked like Brandon Routh would rule Hollywood's skies for years to come. But the reality was far harsher. Despite solid reviews, the film underperformed at the box office. The sequel plans vanished, and Routh's career faltered overnight. The man who was supposed to be the next Superman suddenly found himself struggling to stay in orbit. Hollywood can be cruel, and for a while, it seemed like Brandon had been typecast right out of his own destiny. Yet, what came next was pure resilience. Routh refused to disappear. He rebuilt his career brick by brick, finding redemption on television. His comedic turn as Ray Palmer, a.k.a. The Atom, in DC's Legends of Tomorrow, reintroduced him to fans, not as Superman, but as a hero reborn. By 2025, Routh's story feels poetic. He returned to the Cape once more in Crisis on Infinite Earths, playing an older, wiser Superman, and fans adored it. Now 45, he's happily married to actress Courtney Ford, a devoted father, and a Hollywood survivor who proved that sometimes second chances can fly. And from one rebirth to another, Kate Bosworth. In 2006, she was Hollywood's golden girl, young, luminous, and everywhere. As Lois Lane, she brought elegance and warmth to the role, though critics were divided. Some said she was too young, too refined, not enough of the scrappy reporter fans expected. Still, her chemistry with Routh added a quiet depth to the story's heartache. After Superman Returns, Bosworth's career took an unpredictable path. She starred in indie gems like Blue Crush and Still Alice, but struggled to find a consistent Hollywood foothold. Behind the scenes, her personal life drew attention, from her high-profile relationship with Orlando Bloom to her eventual marriage to filmmaker Michael Polish, which ended in a quiet separation. By 2025, Bosworth has reinvented herself yet again, both on and off screen. She's starring in prestige streaming dramas, producing her own films, and recently married actor Justin Long after a whirlwind romance that melted the internet. Her transformation has been stunning, from ingenue to independent powerhouse. The woman once known as Superman's love interest has found her own voice, and she's never looked more confident doing it. Then there's Kevin Spacey, the dark shadow that now looms over Superman Returns. In 2006, his performance as Lex Luthor was pure theatrical brilliance, witty, sinister, and unforgettable. He was at the height of his career, an Oscar-winning titan with charisma to burn. But the man who once commanded Hollywood would soon fall harder than anyone could imagine. In the late 2010s, multiple allegations of sexual misconduct shattered his legacy. Projects were canceled, awards stripped, and his name effectively erased from the industry. While he's tried to stage comebacks, releasing cryptic online videos, and even taking small roles overseas, the damage has been irreversible. By 2025, Kevin Spacey exists on the margins of the very world he once ruled. His story stands as one of the most dramatic downfalls in modern Hollywood history, a cautionary tale of power, ego, and consequence. Shifting from scandal to strength, Superman Returns also featured one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, Parker Posey. As Kitty Kowalski, Lex Luthor's sharp-tongued sidekick, she stole every scene with her sly humor and campy charm. Posey was already a cult favorite, known for her offbeat energy and indie credibility, and she brought that same spark to Superman Returns.
After the film, she continued to thrive, becoming a staple in independent cinema and quirky streaming hits. From Lost in Space to The Staircase, Posey remains Hollywood's ultimate scene stealer, unpredictable, funny, and endlessly stylish. In 2025, she's in her late 50s and as magnetic as ever, often described as the indie queen who never ages. While others chased blockbusters, Parker built a career on authenticity and won. And then came James Marsden, the man forever caught in cinematic love triangles. As Richard White, Lois Lane's devoted fiancé, Marsden played the nice guy audiences couldn't help but root for, even as he competed with Superman himself. It became something of a theme in his career. He was the charming, almost guy in The Notebook, Enchanted, and 27 Dresses. But over time, Marsden flipped the narrative. Instead of being typecast, he evolved into one of Hollywood's most versatile and self-aware stars. His comedic chops in Westworld, Dead to Me, and the Sonic the Hedgehog films reminded audiences that Marsden could do everything. And in 2023, his hilarious meta-performance as himself in Jury Duty earned him Emmy buzz and fan adoration. Now at 51, Marsden has reached that rare level of fame where everyone loves him, the definition of longevity with charm. And let's not forget Frank Langella, who played the commanding Daily Planet editor Perry White. A stage and screen veteran, Langella brought old-school gravitas to every role he touched. In 2006, he was a respected elder statesman of acting, and he only grew more revered over time. His performances in Frost Nixon and Robot and Frank cemented his legacy, though his later years were not without controversy. In 2022, Langella was dismissed from a Netflix project amid allegations of misconduct, which he publicly denied. At 87, his career may have slowed, but his influence on generations of actors remains undeniable. Looking back now, Superman Returns feels almost prophetic. It wasn't just about heroes and villains. It was about redemption, identity, and the search for legacy. Brandon Routh found his second act. Kate Bosworth found her voice. James Marsden found his range. Parker Posey never lost her edge. And even amid scandals, Hollywood learned that truth, like Superman himself, always finds a way to break through the clouds. 2 decades later, Superman Returns stands as a reminder that even when heroes fall, their stories keep evolving. Because in Hollywood, as in life, there's always another dawn. And if you love seeing how time transforms the stars who once ruled your screens, drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell, because we've got more then and now deep dives into the legends, the scandals, and the comebacks that keep Hollywood flying high.